Welcome everyone to session 21 of this Let's Roll Hell and Highwater stream on behalf of Glasgow 2024, the Worldcon that came to Glasgow in 2024.
World's turns!
No redundant.
A Worldcon for our futures that has passed.
I know! Hopefully we are continuing to influence everybody's futures in a very positive and happy way with many joyful memories, and also for like sponsoring of future events and things like that.
Yeah.
And helping people get to conventions in the future, because obviously we still want to give back to the community and things like that. We didn't want to just drop everything as we left Glasgow. But yes, this is a Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. Unfortunately, the convention that we are repping for has passed. You can no longer attend it. However, we would like to request that you consider other conventions that are coming up. So you've got the other Worldcons, and again, I'm going to get them the wrong way around. I know it's LA and Seattle, and I don't know which. Seattle's first, and then it's LA.
Because we've got loads of Nirvana playing at the closing ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Is that why they did that?
Because they're from Seattle.
Come As You Are was such a choice.
Come As You Are great.
It's a good song. It was
It's
just
a good
unexpected.
song. It was just a very strange one for them to pick, yeah. Although I can't think of a better one for...
If you are considering wanting to go to a Worldcon in the future, Seattle, LA, next couple, the bid after that, which will be 2027.
That's the Montreal...
Uganda?
Tel Aviv?
Tel Aviv.
Oh, is that Tel Aviv?
Yeah.
Uganda the next
And then
year.
it's Uganda and Australia the next year for
Thank you.
28.
And then 2029, Dublin!
Woo!
Which we are totally not going to start hyping up on the Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream.
We've walked it in our minds. It's not
No
confirmed,
bias.
to be
Yeah,
clear.
it's uncontested.
It's
Yeah.
uncontested.
It's 5 years away, but it's uncontested.
It's Dublin. Who's going to contest Dublin? So we'll move on to the more stream-related things. This is a live play D&D 5e Let's Play. We are doing a campaign which is of my creation, although it is heavily borrowed and stolen from many other things, as is with all D&D campaigns. I am Dungeon Master Alex, she, her. I run the world and all the NPCs and stuff. It's my world! But it is, I created it. It's mine.
Yes.
Heavily stolen, but it's mine. Would everybody like to introduce themselves?
I am not Alex. I'm Ayla.
We're not doing that again, are we?
Are you sure?
I'm playing Kai. They are a half-elf bard warlock.
There you go.
Forgot the word for bard. Yes.
I can't wait until you slip Alex's name into like one of your classes.
Yeah, I'm playing Kai. They're an Alex Druid.
Multi-class.
Did Alex
Alex
Druid?
Bard.
Yes.
That's really your other class.
No.
Pact of the Alex.
Would you like to introduce them?
Howdy, I'm Will. I'm playing Adolin, and he is an Aasimar ranger.
Very good. I was just distracted. I like your hoodie. It's very cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Witcher 3.
I'm Rosie. I'm playing Polly. She is an Aasimar Circle of Bees Druid and Paladin. Yeah. She's got some Paladin now. Excited.
How many
You've
levels
got
of Paladin?
Two. And that's all I need. I just wanted the smites, to be honest. I thought about taking like an actual oath, and I was like,
Nah, that's too much commitment.
Who needs it?
Wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. So, yes, I think we're jumping into session 21 as we're all panic checked his notes, ready for the recap. Yeah, we've had a lot of lore dumping in the last little bit as well, haven't we? So, Will, would you like to give us a quick 2-minute recap?
Sure. Oh, the clock's on.
It's going.
When we left our heroes, they had completed the first of the trials set by the mad archfey, the Collector. And we had retrieved Polly's cousin Varro, and we had retrieved the 3 Prongs of Destiny, a trident artifact of the storm god Talos, now returned to Kai, who is no longer cursed and facing down a very terrible doom. Somebody who was facing down that terrible doom, on the other hand, is somebody that showed up in the second trial, which is where we descended into a cave, a sort of maze with green glass walls, to try and find the sword Star Shatterer, associated with Torm and the Angel Heafiel, being held by said Shade, an old champion of Talos who was losing themselves without the trident. Crazy fight ensued, but we got the sword off them, beat them down. There was a bit of a mad mass polymorph at the end where all the watching Fey elves got turned into a zoo full of animals and just started tearing each other apart, which was nasty. But we saved some of them.
Yeah.
And we got out with our hides intact and in possession of all 3 instruments of light, which are what we need to save the city of Perlmire and return it to the material plane.
Yeah. Regretfully saving Lena's husband.
Yeah, regardless of Lena's husband. However, Lena and her husband offered to give us a carriage ride out of the Winter Fae back to the border of the Summer Fae in the direction of a gateway we hope to be able to use to get back to Perlmire, which is sort of where we're trucking along to now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of where we left off, is in this comfortable
It
carriage
was very
ride.
succinct, yeah.
Very physically comfortable, socially very awkward.
Yeah,
incredibly
like,
awkward.
We've got like a weird, like, we're trying to help Lena escape her marriage internal monologue going on.
I think Kai said to the husband, to his face, that they hate him.
Yeah.
So it's going well. It's going well.
It's been tense.
And you two telepathically are discussing ethics of murder.
We have to try and figure out how to kill him.
Oh, that was the 2-minute timer.
But
I thought it was an alarm.
She can hear us, so it's not like we can actively, in the telepathic bond, be like...
Do you want us to kill your husband?
She said categorically she doesn't, and this is just
Yeah.
the done thing in the Feywild, but it doesn't seem very comfortable at all, so... My pitch was going to be, and I have no idea how to, like,
We should just invite them both on
I mean,
holiday.
you could just recast telepathic bond. It'd take you a spell slot because you'd have to like do it without ritual casting, right?
I guess. I'll just say it. I'll just say it. It doesn't need to be coy. What if I just cast a really high level dispel magic and see what happens? What if there's some sort of contract and I could see if it's a magical contract, it could be broken.
Is it a magical contract that you have with your husband?
Would that work, Lena, who can hear all of this?
Yeah.
There'd be like thought process going on for a quick minute.
So it's us 3, Lena, Clifford, and
Belinda.
Belinda. Okay.
Mhm.
All the important
And
Varro.
Varro.
Oh yes, I
Forgot he
Varro.
was here.
He is here.
He said nothing. He's deeply uncomfortable, I imagine, with just
He
all
seems
of
like a
it.
very socially awkward guy, so that
I
checks
think
out.
you get the vibe that initially he was like, I have no idea what to do with this conversation. And like the more he's like listening to you all and like getting used to like your internal monologue, you can see there's like little comments from him. It's like, oh yeah, okay.
Is there any... These people are unhinged.
He's doing the
They are
version
a
of
bit.
like when you get added to a big group chat for the first time and you're not quite sure how to like
You need to lurk for a while
You just
before you
start,
engage
like,
the chat.
liking things.
reacting to messages
Yeah.
and then
Mhm.
eventually you jump in, so he's at the react stage. Love it.
He's getting your vibe.
Ooh.
Yes.
Angry
Seems-
face every time we mention the husband.
Genuinely like seems
Sure.
like invested with your plan of like helping Lena, but doesn't
Aw.
really know how to help because it's really not
It'd be
his
really
area.
funny
Yeah.
if when we pull up he just like runs him through and is like, I did it.
Was that
Right?
it?
Check it out.
We're good. This is right.
This is what you wanted, right? I know your favourite cousin again, right?
Well, I don't talk to the rest of them, but
So, yes,
So
you're already the favourite cousin.
I have a level 7 dispel magic.
Ooh.
Uh,
You have
actually,
level 7 spell slots?
do I have level 7? Because we leveled up, but I haven't rested yet, so maybe I only have level 6.
You will have access to the spell slot. I don't think you'll get auto access to the. No, I do.
I
allow-
have a spell. Like, I already have it.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, so you anything that you get as part of your level up, you will get automatically as part of the level up because we level up via chapter,
Ooh.
not at long rests.
I've not rolled my new hit die.
So you'll get all the hit die, but obviously you won't heal up. You won't get any benefits
No,
from long
yeah.
rest, but you will get access. So if you get additional spell slots, you now have access to them and stuff like that. But you can't like shuffle your spells or anything.
Copy that, boss.
Lena would eventually like say over the telepathic bond after there's a bit of a dip in the conversation of ooh, can we do this? And Barry, she said,
That's good.
What'd you get?
3.
Oh.
plus your con.
I mean, yeah.
She would say that would probably break some of the contract, but it would cause quite a mess.
Can you elaborate?
In a fun way?
Is a mess fun?
Sometimes it's nice to have a little drama.
Elaborate on the mess.
Yes.
If it's dangerous mess and you would like to veto, then sure. But if it's mess like, oh, it's going to be inconvenient for your husband who you're less bound to, so it's just kind of his problem, then maybe it's worth it.
Just his problem.
Well, it would probably lead to a political incident with my family.
Are you from a different court? Is this what kind of a thing is? Like, is it like an alliance sort of between you guys?
Oh, it is a political marriage I have, yes.
Yes.
But no, we're both from the Winterfell.
Okay, interesting.
My father is quite a prominent member of the court of the Winterfell.
Uh-huh.
And my husband's family is a very rich family who have access to a lot of resources. And now my father has access to those resources.
I see. Would he know? Like, if I were to do it, if I were to just like lessen that bound a little bit so that you could take the time and like make the arrangements and you can have a little bit more freedom to like dictate. You could like plan your own kidnapping if you wanted. You know, something that would make your family still...
believe I have the capabilities for that.
But...
I don't have the connections to plan my own
I
kidnapping.
see. But the first thing, if I cast a spell
But that's
magic,
the only thing stopping you.
would he know? If the bond was slightly like less
When I
there?
was first married, I would have done anything to make my father proud.
Mm.
That was many years ago, and all of my siblings are gone now, married off as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm really glad that was clarified. Thank you.
And my mother has passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. So there is no one to... My affection for my father has waned.
Okay.
And whilst I'm aware this would make things very politically difficult for him,
Not for you.
it would depend on, I guess, whether I stayed or not. If I stayed here, it would make things very difficult for me. I have no connections, no power. All of my influence comes from my husband.
But if you were maybe
Say to
getting
leave.
a lift,
I have nowhere to go.
that's
So,
not true. You have
You can
3
come with
best
us.
friends right here. Also Vero.
You don't know me. Why would you risk angering?
We do
Very
this a
high
lot.
court.
We're not
members.
staying here long enough for it to be
Yeah, there are
perfect for
zero
us.
repercussions for us. We're about to leave this plane and probably never return.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What was the wording of your deal with the collector?
That's a really good question. Wish I had the notes for it. Hang on. Where's my notes at?
Specifically, can he track you after this?
I believe
Is he allowed
no.
to move against you?
Oh, we did put in a little clause about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Where the heck is it?
Something about like he would have to let us go from his.
And he couldn't
Domain.
maliciously pursue us. Like we did have the thing that I've got written was that he couldn't go after us once we had left, but I can't remember if that was specifying like in the dome or just generally speaking.
Once
I
we
remember a
went
bit of
fine.
he couldn't like come after us or send people after us after we left.
Yeah.
I'll jump in as the DM here just to fill in the blanks. Yeah, you made an agreement with him that for as long as you all live, he cannot go after you individually.
Cool.
He refused to extend that courtesy to any of your descendants or families or anything like that. But he will not go after you individually.
Okay, that's
Okay.
cool.
We say that to Lena.
Does that mean that he's like, but as you guys are together, I'm not going after you individually. All 3 of you are here.
Collectively. Hooray.
Okay. She would say, she would think on that for a minute and then I think say, well, as you know, the Fae do meddle with your world. We do take things as we please. The collector is a prime example of this. If my father managed to gain enough favour, or my husband with enough favour with the collector, it would be him that would be primarily leading that charge.
The
Find
collector
me.
would be.
Yes, he's the one that controls entry and exit to the Winterfell.
Interesting.
So my father, my husband and such cannot leave the Winterfell without his permission.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like the longer we stay here, the less you understand?
I'm gonna say something pretty blunt, which is your father. I don't know about your father. Your husband is not a likable man.
I'm aware.
What do you think the chances
it
are
seems hard
that
for him, to
he
curry
and
favour?
the collector are going to get buddy enough for the collector to do this favor for him? That seems pretty.
I doubt the collector would do the favour for him directly, no. It's more that my husband's family has a lot of influence. And if he can curry enough favour by bribery and such with other families, they could sway the collector.
Okay, next question. I'm gonna. This is all very rude, and I just want to kind of rattle through it as quick as possible.
Yeah.
What's in it for your husband being married to you?
He gets the political influence of my father.
Okay, but so your father's like got some hoity-toity connections and stuff like that as well?
Yes, he's part of the High Court.
Oh, okay, right. So there wouldn't be like.
If your father's part of the High Court, why does he need your husband's influence?
Is
That
it
sounds
money?
very
He needs
important.
resources.
Oh, I see.
We got the
My father has the political influence, but he does not have access to all the resources.
He needs somebody to fund him.
This was a marriage of political convenience and
Yes.
alliances and...
Yes.
Is he up for re-election soon? Because if we could cut that funding off from the source,
We
then
do.
I knew you
Don't do
wouldn't.
that.
We don't do that.
She's just like, what is an election?
What is this democracy?
What do you
that
mean you
talk
get a
about?
vote?
What do you mean you get to
What
choose
is
your
a
life
vote?
partner?
I have so many thoughts and not enough spells today to do it. Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Well, first off, I don't think that the question has been answered of will he know? If I cast Dispel Magic, will it be like alarm bells going off, some deep and intrinsic connection has been severed, or it will just be kind of a passive thing?
Which connection are you trying to sever? My connection. Can you silence that? Sorry.
Silence.
Silence!
Is that on?
My connection to my marriage contract or my ability to leave the Winterfell?
Ooh.
Oh, are they not the same thing? No,
my
because you
marriage
just said
contract
that that's from the collector.
Yes. my-
How does it? How are you stopped
From
leaving?
I don't know. I was born.
Is it just
here.
he says you can't leave, or like is there a physical or magical barrier of some form?
I've never been able to cross the barrier.
As a fun fact that I discovered literally today, it says for each spell of X level or higher, so if I was doing 7th level or higher, I guess, for each spell on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Yeah, so if you did dispel magic on her, it would like jot through all of the things that are
Yeah,
currently
so when
affecting
she's asking me which one, fuck knows. Like, I'm hoping to target all of them.
her. So yeah, you could if, using the method of dispel magic, you could just dispel magic on her and hope that gets rid of everything.
Yes, but I can also target an ability, it is true.
What's your
Magical
intelligence
effects.
modifier?
My intelligence modifier,
Or
not high.
I will go with the group's highest intelligence modifier.
Isla?
Which, again, I'm not entirely sure is particularly
It's
high.
not,
Zip.
Although you have a
I have 14.
14. What's your arcana? Seven?
Plus 12.
Plus 12. That would give you a passive of 22, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I can cast Dispel Magic as well, but not as high level as you can.
Okay, I have, like, we could spam it. Like, I've got spell slots left that we could just try and dispel as
I would
much as
give with
possible.
a passive of 22 on Arcana.
Passive Arcana.
A passive Arcana. I want to try and use passive skills more.
Yeah, like
that you would know that something like a marriage contract is probably not that high a level. Like even like a political one like that, it probably just binds her to him.
Ceremony is a first level spell.
That is true.
Very
Yeah,
low
yeah,
level
forgot
way.
about that.
Whatever the collector is doing is probably the main issue.
Right.
And depending on how you target it, obviously dispel magic is just a blanket. No, get rid of everything kind of thing. Wipe the slate clean kind of thing. If you were trying to do something that would specifically target spells, the binding that she has on her from the collector is probably significantly higher level.
Yeah, sorry. I think in
Because
my mind
I
I'd
think
forgotten
if
they
you
were
all
separate.
Remember, you tried to contact Talos while you were within the bubble,
Yes.
and even though you rolled low enough on like a divine intervention kind of thing, failed to connect.
I thought I rolled badly. No,
No, you rolled under
okay.
and
Does
failed
that
to
mean
connect.
that she can't leave the bigger bubble, like, period?
It would suggest so, yeah.
Weird. So she couldn't even get to the teleporting bit that we're going to.
She doesn't think she can. She says that she can take you as far as the end of the ravine.
Yeah.
Because that's where she knows the bubble is.
Wow.
We still can't teleport or anything.
No.
Where we are.
Not whilst
No.
we're in here.
Cool.
What was that noise?
Something over
Ding.
this direction.
Oh.
Everybody's so popular. Why am I not getting messages? Oh wait, I am. I just silenced my device.
A good player. I like silent devices, please, while we were playing.
My dad emailed me a PDF itinerary for the holiday, and apparently that warrants a calendar notification.
Well, that's very sweet.
That's
However,
very
not now.
Don't know why it's coming
yeah,
out now.
so I think you would know that whatever the collector has put on this, it's not only like an incredibly powerful spell individually, like to put on an individual, but the fact that he's managed to do this across an entire court,
But that also
it's never
means
impossible to
he's
get rid of
spreading
something
his
like this.
resources pretty thin.
It's never impossible to get rid of something like this, and it would also suggest that knowing the collector is far more interested in interesting things. If he doesn't deem Lena that interesting, he probably isn't keeping that close an eye on her.
That's true.
So it's unlikely to notice if the connection would slip immediately, and it's unlikely to have that strong a binding on her. Like the binding that was on Varro would have been significantly stronger because he was more interested in Varro.
Okay, I have an absolutely terrible last ditch idea. I don't think we should do this,
But
but
you can kill her and restart her.
legit. If we were
Restart
if we were to kill her and then take her out the bubble and revivify her, I bet he couldn't do anything to do about it. Which also would be fucking hilarious because the husband would be stuck inside the bubble witnessing all of this. So it's a fallback, and I could do it.
I'm guessing this is
I'm
getting
just
discussed
saying.
over the telepathic bond.
She suddenly looked very
No,
concerned.
this is above the table. Polly has quietly had this thought and is like, shut it down.
Varro's like nostrils go.
Yes, I mean, I'm just saying that is an option. But that maybe is like if none of the dispel magics work, then we can do that, I guess.
Okay.
Can I clarify something as well? You're trying to do this without the husband noticing, correct?
Yeah.
Dispel magic has what kind of components?
Well, now I have Warcaster. I actually don't think that the somatics are as
It
much
has
of a deal.
none. Let me see.
Verbal and somatic.
Verbal somatic, okay.
Yeah.
So you must speak a spell.
We could whisper.
Unfortunately, D&D mechanics don't allow for that.
That's fine. I just to do the signal. You cover his ears, and I
Just, la 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 la!
sneeze really loudly. Just you guys have to have a raucous sneezing fit.
Why don't you
whilst
just
I
punch
cast
him
this.
and knock him out?
I was thinking about just knocking him out, or casting polymorph and turning him into like a little bug.
Again, how much of this is going through the telepathic bond? Because I presume all of this has to go through the telepathic
That
bond.
one I'm happy to. Yeah, that's fine. What do you think about your husband being a bug? He already
Being a
seems
bug.
like a little bit of an insect.
He certainly won't enjoy it. Is it permanent?
No,
It's only for like an hour.
it's not. Also, like it's not a sure thing, but it would be funny.
I think it would be an unwise move to cause him any permanent harm.
No,
He's a very prideful individual and would
That's
see
fair.
that as a slight against him. Stealing his wife is probably not going to cause him much favour towards you.
Well, we can just run away from the bubble and he can't get us.
yeah, pretty much.
Yes, unless he is allowed to leave and hunt you down.
What?
This seems like a problem for our next campaign.
Freeing Lena or the husband hunting you down?
Yeah,
Him
we'll
hunting
be
us down.
we'll be playing like our characters like next generation, being like, for fuck's sake, what did our parents do?
They rescued an innocent woman from a political marriage.
We have hell to pay.
Yeah, I feel like the life expectancies of the different races
That's
are what's
true.
causing the issue here, because she's thinking like so long term and we're like, in 20 years we'll probably be dead.
That's fine. Who gives a shit? We're
I
probably
think
not
she's
surviving.
then thinking, if you're dead in 20 years, not only can the collector come after me, but my husband will probably have set up an elaborate trap for me by that point.
We'll find you some Richie Rich to keep you protected. Or
To marry me off?
no.
No, just as a bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
What?
I don't know. Just this is very silly.
Adolin isn't certain that Lena actually wants any of this. And I think that's why he's like not engaging with the crazy plans.
That's true. You barely said a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't even notice. I was so caught up. I'm so sorry.
Enjoying the
Adolin.
political planning.
Yeah.
I think she wants to escape the marriage but doesn't like our plans.
she wants to escape
Or
the
possibly
marriage,
the repercussions
but I
of
think
leaving it.
Yeah, she needs
Hmm.
to have like a guarantee that she's not going to be
Re-kidnapped.
re-kidnapped or like. I mean, she isn't. It doesn't seem very high up. You know, her father is sure.
Yeah, so I think this is like a weird like intersection here between like you've got really long living Fae here. Like her father has a lot of influence. His father has a lot of influence. They're still alive and probably not going to die for another millennia kind of thing, which then leads to the problem of you just kind of have spare children kicking about when they do have kids. Like, Fae don't have a lot of children, but they do have them for political reasons like this.
And
But
the
that
ones
means...
they have lived for a really long time.
Yeah, so like, Lena's probably been married to her husband for hundreds of years and just put up with it for that length of time.
We could circle back. Like, we could just come back later and fix this. But that would mean that she'd have to hunker down for like another however many years. And we even don't know what the time difference thingy is.
Yeah.
How likely are you to come back to the Feywilds?
How likely are we to even remember that we came here in the first place? Because I'm pretty sure that's a mechanic we have to look forward to.
But we don't know that though.
I know.
I think you did do enough research before you came in. But that was like maybe 6 months ago in real
it's been a
lifetime.
minute.
So I believe that is knowledge that you're aware of because you did a fair amount of research on Avernus, and then when you realised you were going to the Feywilds, you're like, shit, now I'm going to start reading about the Feywilds. And I remember you getting vaguely angry about that because it's like, we just got to hell. So it's up to you. I think the kind of logic that we're going with here is either you're going to save her and take her with you, or she's not coming out. She's not getting out of this.
Yeah, very much.
Because it's very unlikely that you're going to come back.
Should we just do a fuck it, dispel magic and see what happens? Or is that going to have repercussions in and of itself?
I don't know, I think it's up to her. What do you think? You can stay here forever and we'll probably never come back again. Or we can try and dispel magic, break spells, and you can come with us. Maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. Maybe people come after you, maybe they won't.
Worst case scenario, I guess you're back here. Like, it's either stay here or potentially leave and come back here again.
But where we're going,
It's a
there
very
is...
devil you know, devil you don't, in a kind of literal sense especially,
Well,
considering where we're going.
the other thing, Garen is where we're going.
We're not staying there forever.
Oh
Also,
my
Garen's
God,
there, if that's
Adolin.
an influencing
How did we
factor.
not bring this up earlier?
You two weren't considering this?
No, I forgot.
I thought that's what you meant when you were like, and we can get a bodyguard.
Nope.
And like, yes, it's Garen
Nope.
who has basically a personal army.
Utterly forgot.
You forgot
Yeah.
about Garen.
Yeah.
Yeah, also your ex-boyfriend's there and he kind of has like Loki an army.
He's like Spy Master. Right?
Yeah.
Garen.
He's in
is-
charge of a lot
in
of very
Avernus?
powerful
Yeah.
people. Everyone's
That's
in
where
Avernus. The
we're
whole town's
headed.
in Avernus. That's,
Garen is in Perelmeyer, which is in Avernus.
yeah. We came here to get this sword and this trident back so that we can get back to Avernus and return everyone to the material plane. There's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So if you come with us, there will be a brief pit stop in hell.
In hell.
And then
Because-
to the material plane.
And then to the material plane. Okay.
We might also be bringing a lost prince with us.
Oh yeah, he's still kicking him out.
That's
sorry,
that's
what?
it. There's a prince
You will have
on an
known.
island.
You
isn't-
probably will have met him. He was
Yeah.
one. He was
He was in
part
the
of the
collection.
collector's collection.
Prince Aligarthus of the realm of
Oh.
Toril or something?
Yes. The Green Dragon Prince, yes.
That's a cool title.
Yeah. Do you know who he is?
A mortal prince of the material plane.
Yeah. Because we've never even heard of his country.
I suppose, yes. It's not very close to where you are. Because you're Sapphire Coast, you refer to it as?
Your geography skills are very impressive.
Yes.
You don't even live on that plane.
And
yet
you know
it
more
better
than
we
us.
do.
Extraplanar geography.
I have a lot of free time.
Oh, that's true. You could put that to use. You could sail the seas.
We will be, yes, returning to what, by the sound of it, is going to become a war zone. our city is under attack
But
by
briefly.
devils, demons, competing factions and cults. And we're trying to return to the material plane with the help of these 3 items here. Garen
You
is
don't need
there.
to be involved in that, but yes, Garen is there.
I have a spare rapier. You can use it.
No, I can't. Thank you.
Damn
Do you
shame.
know any weapons?
No,
How to use them? Magic?
I do.
You can
do
cast.
magic.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Oh yes, you did detect thoughts that time.
Yes.
If my husband does come looking for me,
Mm-hmm.
with or without the weight of the collector behind him,
Mm-hmm.
what protections can you offer me?
Whatever we as individuals can.
Yes.
Would Garen protect you if you were to show up on his doorstep?
He has a lot more resources than we do.
He's
we
very
just
well connected.
work for him.
Yeah, we work for him right now.
I haven't spoken to Garen in a very, very long time, so I do not know how he would react to my presence again.
Was your parting?
On good terms?
Yeah.
Or bad?
Was
we
it
have a
his
sending
fault?
stone. What if she just called
I
him?
think you need to talk into it though.
That's true. Yeah.
In the carriage in front of her husband.
Yeah, that would be
What
really
if we
funny.
really suddenly all need to take a toilet break and leave the husband here?
He's just like, wait a
Wait a minute. There's a blizzard outside.
It's fine, I'm almost resistant to cold damage.
Almost.
I will be tomorrow. Once I've had a nap.
It's your choice. You can come with us. We will try to break these spells, and you can attempt to come with us.
I think you can understand that after even your poor experience with bonds and promises and pacts that we're unwilling to set anything in stone, but as Adolin says, we'll do our very best to make sure that you get to the material plane unharmed, and stay there unharmed. Unless you want to take it like a holiday, not necessarily back to the Fae, I'd probably not advise again like that. But like if you were like, I want to go to the ethereal plane, it's not like we're gonna stick you. We're like, no, you're on the material plane. That's what we promised you. You can go elsewhere.
Probably more likely to be tracked on the material plane.
Tracked.
Yes.
Mm,
Because of the connections between the Feywilds
That's
and
true.
the material plane.
maybe you could go to Mount
So
Celestia.
perhaps passing through Avernus initially would help break that.
That's true.
Mm.
See, now you're thinking like somebody who's thinking about escaping.
Yeah.
I would like to leave if I could. I am unconvinced that we can do this yet, but I would like to if we could.
We shall see.
Technically, I do not need to break the contract with my husband. It is
Would it be more
annoying. but it is not-
beneficial if the contract stayed?
I don't think it has any consequence.
Just because, like, if that contract is what your husband and your father's agreements are tied to, then maybe just by circumstance they would have to
Continue
still
to
help each other because the marriage hasn't been broken. The union is still solid, even though you're not there. You see what I mean?
Separated rather than divorced.
Yeah, And technically,
On a
I'll
break.
bet that all of their
On
terminology
a break.
didn't ever account for her running away to the material plane.
Yeah.
So chances are all of their wording and documentation or wherever the fuck will refer to marriage, the union. And if we don't break that,
Is it possible to break the collectors?
I can try and go for that one specifically.
With a passive arcana of 22, what do we think?
It would certainly make it a lot more difficult to try and target one of the other. However, the significant difference in power between the two would make it a lot easier to differentiate the two. Like, imagine it as I imagine it's sort of like glowing strings that like connect people, kind of thing. Everybody in the Feywilds has a really strong like golden thread that connects them all together. That's what the collector uses to pull on them to get what he wants from them and to bind them to his like his domain essentially. The marriage contract between Lena and her husband is small fry. It's a political contract that binds the Fae to make sure that they do feckin' help each other, because that's the only way to get them to help each other, because they're tricksy bastards. But it's probably a very low level binding in terms of, like, if we're talking like spell level, first, second level maybe. The collector's one is probably like 9th level we're talking.
Okay. Well, that actually is kind of interesting, because that means I need to roll for it regardless. I wouldn't have to be like, I burn my 7th level spell
Yes,
slot.
but if you remember my specific rules on Dispel Magic, if you upcast, that gives you a bonus to your roll.
Okay, well then,
Which is how it should be.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because we both know Dispel Magic, is there a way we could help each other cast the spell to like differentiate between them or something?
I would say that if you wanted to do it that way, I'd be happy to give, if you both burnt a spell slot to do it, and it would have to be the minimum of Dispel Magic, so 3rd level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoever is leading the spell, and I'll let you choose between yourselves, that's fine, make the Dispel Magic check at advantage.
Okay.
So you'd get to roll twice.
What's the bonus? How does that work again?
Dispel Magic is base level, I believe it is
10 plus the level.
10 plus the level spell, and you're rolling with just your spell casting modifier, so not your proficiency, if I remember correctly. So
you'd be adding wisdom, I think.
Yeah.
Your Dispel Magic?
Do I have that?
Yeah, spellcasting ability.
How I feel like it should be is if it was like, it's 10 plus a level, but if you cast it at 4th level, it would be 11 plus.
Yeah. Every level you upcast the spell by would add 1 to your.
That's what I feel like
roll.
it should be.
That's
is that what
my
it is?
personal homebrew, because I feel like upcasting and spending resources should have a
It was 3rd is 10.
Benefit effect.
benefit. I don't have the PDF in front of me, it's on my hard drive.
If you roll, if you cast it at what level?
Okay, so it would be
7th level?
4th, 5th, 6th,
That would be
7th,
14 plus
14.
whatever.
14.
Yeah.
And I think I've got a...
Oh, well, no, so
I've
that
got a
adds to your
plus
roll.
3.
Yeah.
So you're probably shooting for a 9. You're probably
so I
shooting
have
for a
plus-
19.
I
You
have
want
a
to
plus
roll-
4.
You'll get a +4 if you upcast it to 7th. Then
Yeah.
you add your wisdom, which will be
but
another.
just your wisdom. It does. You don't get your proficiency
my
bonus.
wisdom is 4, so I'd have an 8, and I'd be shooting for 19, so I'd need an 11 or higher.
Hey, Colt.
Coin toss.
Hi, Colt.
Hello.
I think it's worth it.
Bearing in mind, if you're trying to target the collector specific and not break the marriage contract, that's a harder check.
But you'd have advantage as well.
Yes.
So we
It's a
discussed that.
harder... Okay,
Yeah, so I'm letting you modify Dispel Magic a little bit so that you're not
I
targeting
understand.
all of the magical effects on it. If
Well,
you,
because there's 2 ways of doing Dispel Magic. There is choose one creature, object, or magical effect. So if I
So you're
targeted
choosing
the
this one magical effect.
Yes.
specifically.
So I'm still going to put the DC up slightly by
Okay.
trying to select that specific magic.
Okay.
Because she has
That
a
makes
lot of
sense.
magical effects on her.
I think
Okay.
you should cast it because you have higher spell slots than I do.
I think that's a good idea. Technically, I have a 7th, a 6th, 2 5ths, and 3 4ths. So we could try a couple of times and we could just see if I can nat 20 it. That, like, the worst case scenario. Actually, worst case scenario? We kill her.
I don't think that's going to happen with a Dispel Magic.
No.
No, we physically kill her and then revive her.
right.
Let's not go down that road.
I'm just
if we can
saying
help
it's
it.
an option.
We purposefully kill her, drag her through the barrier.
Is this going over the telepathic bond now? As Polly is like, as a backup.
I think that one did. I think it was like the first time she thought about it, she was like, "Don't say that out loud." And then this was like, worst case scenario, we kill her.
There'd be like
Excuse me.
as Lena coughs.
But
quite
it's not
violently.
going to come to that because we're gonna.
What do you mean, kill me?
If you're dead, there's no magical effects on you. We pull you over the barrier and then
revive you.
Revive you.
Kai is
And you can guarantee that my soul would make it back to my body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we have
I've
diamonds?
died before. It's
I
fine.
have diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah. I have diamonds.
Yes. What?
Singular?
Yes, it's the
Whoa.
one from mine. The mean mine.
You mean mine? Yeah.
Do we want to use it on those?
I mean, not really. That's why it's
That's why it's the last case scenario.
I think if the Dispel Magics fail, we've tried and we don't go down the route of killing her.
Really? But what if Garen's mad at us? We had the ability, the chance to save his...
Right. your
Long
diamond and your
off
spell
love.
slot. So.
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
go.
okay.
You want to do it?
I'm gonna roll that twice, so none
Okay,
of this
yeah,
actually
so
matters. It's
You're
fine.
rolling Arcana. You have +4 from upcasting and plus whatever from your what's your wisdom.
Another 4.
So you're
Yeah.
+8 and you have advantage.
+8 with advantage, and the DC will probably be like 21.
Minimum of 19, you know
Mhm.
that.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah,
But I'm not going to tell you
yeah.
what the...
Yes.
We have a
Right.
feeling it's higher than that.
When we get to the edge of the barrier, then we'll all get out. We'll say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
And I'll grapple the husband.
Well, what I was thinking is we could just literally like all get out first and have Varro get out really slowly and impede the
And just
husband's
like
way.
block.
He's really big.
That's true. If Varro and I both go for the husband, we should be able to
Something
pin him.
that seems almost like accidental rather than like an immediate threat.
You're just very
What might be a
slowly
better
blocking
thing?
the door in the way.
I could be clumsy.
You could be clumsy.
I could be clumsy.
You could be clumsy.
Nice.
Would that help?
Yeah.
that would be great. Thank you,
Be
Varro.
clumsy, and if push comes to shove, we jump on the husband.
Push comes to
What's
shove.
Jail.
Push comes to
shove.
shove.
Push comes to shove. Yeah, we knock him down and pin him.
Push come to shove, we
Yeah.
shove.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Last
We fucking
thing.
dogpile.
No, is there like somebody riding these like a footman who's
Yeah, who's driving this carriage?
Or is
It's
it just,
magically being driven.
it's just being driven.
It's
Okay.
just you,
That's good.
Lena, and her husband.
No one else needs
There's
to
like
worry
a
about.
there's like
no
a creature
witnesses. Perfect.
at the front. There's like this like fluffy polar bear type
Oh, yes,
creature
yes,
thing
yes.
that like Belinda is just sort of trotting beside.
Are they friends? Can
Um,
she talk weird polar bear?
No, she cannot
Oh.
speak to it. It doesn't seem to speak Sylvan, so.
Okay.
But it seems fine. It's
Okay.
not aggressive towards her at any rate, so.
At the very least, it's well trained.
Yeah. Seems very passive.
How's the husband looking now that we've been sat in silence making meaningful eye contact for the last 20 minutes?
I think so. Despite the meaningful eye contact, I genuinely don't think he would ever twig that you're having a silent conversation.
Yeah.
Like Alina's like coughing outburst was the strangest thing that's happened in the last hour.
Because I think we're used to telepathic conversations, but I feel like Varro and Lena will still be looking at people like we're speaking out loud.
Yeah.
Lena definitely isn't. She
Oh,
seems
okay.
to be quite like.
She's been snooping.
Oh, she's got her detect
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
She's
She's
used
been
to
around.
this.
She's pretty good
You
at
can do this.
Varro is a little less subtle, but also like Dragonborn are really not normal in the Feywild. So like
Have
the
their hard to
idea
hide
of him
faces,
being like
yeah.
this occasionally is really not that massive a problem. 'Cause his eyes are on the side of his head. So he's got that.
Cool.
So weird.
As he looks at you and goes,
Down the snoot.
He'll have a blind spot down this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if anything,
Really?
when he's looking at the husband, it looks like he's looking away.
Yeah, and he looks directly at the husband. He cannot see the husband. The husband is blind. Like that bit in How to Train the Dragon where they have to stand in front of the nose.
Is it okay?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll wait
Plan.
until the last minute. We'll all get out. I mean, I don't know if she'll have a reason to get out, but like, even if it's just to see us off,
Yeah.
I-
Just say goodbye.
it would be a polite enough thing not to
Probably just gonna stay in
question.
the carriage, isn't he?
He
Probably.
might do. He doesn't like us,
Which
so
is
I
why
don't see why he would
if
want
Varro
to.
just gets out real slow, the
Yeah.
only thing that I can think of is he sees his wife getting out, he might be like, "Excuse me, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think.
So bear in mind that seating arrangements currently are like you three on one side with like Clifford across your feet kind of thing, facing with like Jalen, Lena, and Varro. So like she's in the middle.
Wait, who, Lena? Varro?
Jalen.
Her husband.
Oh, that's his name?
His name's Jalen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that about 10 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Jalen.
I feel like I think I wrote it somewhere. I totally forgot.
Sorry, yes, Jalen is Lena's husband.
I was like, there's been another guy here the
You're
whole
like, oh, hi Jalen, let's make friends.
He's
Wait
so,
a minute.
so unimportant that it just
Yeah.
it doesn't. His name doesn't matter.
Well, for quite a few sessions, it was just Lena's husband. So,
What do you mean for a few? It still is.
yeah.
Are we doing anything else before we get to the boundary?
Not that I can think of. How did we get there? Can we remember?
I'm sorry?
Which
Where?
one? How did
You're
we
in a
get
carriage.
No.
We wind
What?
walked.
Wind walk. I don't
Or
have
wind
that
walk.
spell. Is the other thing that we just need to consider is I don't have that prepared today.
Oh, so it's going to be a bit of a hike to get back down to the lake once we're through.
It'll be a bit of a faff. Yeah, absolutely.
So bearing in mind the cold weather stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I have
You
flight.
do have to get down the ravine, is the only thing.
Yeah,
because they're taking you in the carriage, they take you to the top of the ravine. So like there is like a 30-foot drop. for you to navigate.
I have
Okay.
fly, so hopefully if I
You also have a Pegasus.
oh shit, I have a
Yeah.
Pegasus and I can wild shape. So like we can all get down there. Yeah, that should be fine.
We met Prince Alangarthus, told him we were going to the Collector's Palace, and he was like, "Oh, we're never gonna see each other again. You'll be trapped forever." And we were there a night, and now we're back.
Hey,
It's like, oh, you got trapped there for years.
we
Skill
got our
issue.
stuff.
Skill issue. Oh, guy's like gonna rub this in his face. He just lost a year and a half of his life being in the collector's possession,
That's
and we
so
did a
mean.
night.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. The carriage journey is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Is anybody doing anything? Prepping anything?
I don't think so.
No, I'd like to take a long rest before we leave the Feywild, but we can do that
Yeah.
in the Summerfell, like down by the lake.
Yeah, we're gonna not in a tundra.
Preferably.
Not in Lena's husband's carriage.
I think we just ride out the rest of the journey then.
Okay. Quietly, as Lena's sat there going, "Oh, okay. Freedom."
We've picked
Hope
up.
you didn't have anything you wanted to pack, because we're going now.
I will lose a few heirlooms, but I'm sure that's fine.
We can make more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what heirlooms are, no?
Technically,
Mm.
you need to acquire an heir, and then give them something, and you will have an heirloom.
Dumb.
So my heir could have an heirloom, but I
Yes.
couldn't.
It would be an heirloom eventually.
But not to me, because it would be my possession.
It would be a family heirloom.
What you could do is you could find a person who already has heirlooms and then marry in voluntarily, and then their heirlooms would become your heirlooms.
I suppose that's one way to do it.
That's true. Also, I don't think the heirlooms are that big a deal.
Yeah, I think we're sticking more in the fact that they're heirlooms rather than the actual
stuff.
stuff and the emotional value that they have in
that's fair.
themselves. Anyway.
Anyway. Okay, so the carriage trundles to a stop.
Okay.
And you can see like the snow is significantly lighter here. It's not as cold here either, which would indicate very much to you that you're reaching the end of the winter phase.
Thank
That's
goodness.
lovely.
Everybody trundles out.
Start piling out the carriage.
Yeah, how far away are we from the edge, do we think?
From the edge of the cliff.
The edge of the bubble.
So the bubble stops at the edge of the cliff.
Okay,
Ah,
So
so
it's kind of the same
So
thing.
yes.
So how far?
The carriage would have stopped maybe 20 feet away from it.
okay.
Easy.
We
When
can
you
do
say
that.
edge of the cliff, are we like immediately at a drop? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
30-foot drop.
Okay, cool.
but it's fine because we can fly and also blend in.
Oh, so we're like above the ravine.
Yes, yeah, so they couldn't fit the carriage down the ravine,
Mm-hmm.
so they've just gone along the top.
Okay, so we're about like 20 feet back and 30 feet above where we entered the ravine.
Yes,
Yeah.
somewhere thereabouts, yeah.
Alright.
That's alright. 30-foot cliff's no problem for.
Was there a ladder
Just
last
jump.
time we were here?
Yeah.
No, because you went
Not this
through
one,
the ravine last time.
Yes, no, I just remember there was a bunch of ladders on the ravine and there was a little kind
Yes,
of mountain
like
thingy.
at the section where you fought the scouting party,
Mhm.
yes.
Well, we can go and see if there's ladders.
It's fine.
You,
Okay.
you also have a
Flight.
Pegasus.
We also
I
have
know,
Pegasus.
I know.
Keep on
Stick,
forgetting the
It's
Pegasus.
just me and Varro and Lena can't fly. And like, how many
I
people can
have
you fit on a
fly.
Pegasus?
Pegasus.
A Pegasus?
Pegasus.
I guess it depends on how quickly you want to get to the
Yeah,
top and bottom.
like obviously she can do journeys, but if we're wanting to go away quickly, for example, if we've kidnapped somebody's wife,
I think we stick Lena on Belinda
Yes,
first. Of like, you
For
hit her with the
sure.
spell, we pin the husband, and as soon as the spell goes off, she jumps on Belinda and Belinda.
Yep.
Down the
Okay.
cliff.
God, I really
Sounds
hope this
good.
works.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
if
why-
nothing happens now, this is going to be so
Just
underwhelming.
gonna sort of hit the
If,
barrier and
if
slide off
nothing
Belinda.
happens the first time, then it'll be pinning time so that we can try it again and again and again. Like there's no
Lovely.
other
Pinning
option.
time.
Yeah.
I guess like I don't know how many spell slots you have, but like to continuously get advantage and stuff
1,
like that, you'll both have to be
2,
burning spell slots
Yeah.
at minimum
4.
third level. Like how many third level spells slots and or
I
above?
have 6 spell slots left, and they're all above 3rd level because I was spending them from lowest to highest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how many
1, 2, 3,
third
4.
level spell slots do you have?
I have 6 that are 3rd or higher.
3rd or higher. Okay.
But higher is only 4th.
We could know this.
So you have 6 attempts to break this,
Yeah,
obviously,
but-
with advantage.
But like only one is a 7th level, so only one has that +8.
Yes. Okay.
It's fine. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Not 20.
I'm
Okay.
afraid I
Hey,
cannot
hey,
help with this.
hey.
No.
Yes,
Okay.
you can. You're gonna be doing the pinning.
No, you can't
Polly.
cast spell.
Yeah?
spell.
You got this. It's going to be
No, I
amazing.
can.
Have a bardic inspiration.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh my god!
Let's go.
What is it?
D8. I think it's a D8.
8.
Can you remind me what the wording of bardic inspiration is? Like, what kind of things
It's
can you
on
add
checks,
it to?
right?
You can add it to skill checks, and this is a skill check, is it not?
It's an ability check.
That
It's a check.
That's a check.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh,
Yeah, an
somebody roll
ability
one
check
dice.
or a saving throw in the next 10 minutes.
Awesome. So you can have a D8 on top of all of that as well, just to try and force this through.
That's
See when you
the
nat
last
20
one for
this
the
and
day.
break
There
like
we
a
go.
35.
I'm adding that anyways. Okay,
Okay.
right.
You're gonna dispel something wild on her that we did not know existed.
Yeah, she has a family curse that's been going for
It's
generations.
like a 9th level Gaius.
No, we break it
weird
and
ass
she's
stuff.
just, she just turns into Glasha. It was her the entire
Ah!
And she's like, hello, Polly. He's my husband.
Good lord.
That's why he hated you.
Okay,
That
are
would be wild.
are we ready?
Yeah.
Are you doing this in the carriage?
So we
So
stopped.
you want to
Wow.
step out.
Yes.
Yes, and she's hopefully making moves to step out
You would
too.
see that she would make a move to step out, and her husband would like grab her wrist and pull her back down onto the seat.
You're not going to let us say goodbye to our friend?
Yeah, we're huggers here.
Yeah.
You are welcome to say goodbye through the windows. Thank you.
No.
Okay. I mean, we're just gonna do this.
I guess we
anyways.
just do it in the carriage then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
The spell is quite big. You
Yes.
know that, right?
yes, but with telepathic bonds on, so I'll be like, Vero, can you please try and hug the husband?
Yeah, just bear
So Varo
hug.
gets out and goes, okay!
You're like, okay,
what
we're
is
hugging
happening back?
Yeah, opens the other door and just.
And he's sort of like poised around the other side of the carriage. He's sort of waiting for you to go. So he's
Uh-huh.
going to swing the door open at the same time that you cast the spell.
Incredible.
With the idea of that being enough
We
of a
could pin him. We
distraction.
could have like a sandwich going. Look at the hug sandwich. It's
Oh,
gonna be,
oh yeah.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be really cute.
It's
We're
going to be
win this
us
guy
earlier
over.
when Rosie
Yeah.
You two are gonna bear hug Lena, and me, Varo and I are gonna bear hug the husband.
I don't think Lena needs the
Just
bear
a
hug.
bunch of
Mhm.
sandwiches. We're bear hugging
Yeah.
her with our magic.
Bunch
Yes.
of sandwiches.
Okay. Are we
Okay.
ready? I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay. I got. Okay, this is only a. That's only a 19. Plus this.
Mm.
I think we could still make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Is it 19 plus your bonus?
Okay.
No, it's 19.
21. That's actually kind of.
so. Oh,
That's-
actually, yeah.
That's skirting it. I don't know if I like it.
Do you have anything else you can add?
Let me check. Let me check if I've got any little little sneaky things that I can do. I do have
The highest she rolled was an 11.
I do have an
Yeah.
inspiration, but those are for advantage, not for re-rolling. Is
No,
that
you
the
can
thing?
re-roll on D20s
Mm.
and D100s.
But would it be a
So-
flat reroll?
What if could I re-roll my lower die?
Yeah, so when you're rolling advantage, you re-roll the lower die,
Ooh.
and you'll take the
Ah.
higher one. Still,
like that
yeah.
one.
So you can bank the 11 essentially.
Okay,
So
we've got,
the
we've
11
got-
is here.
We've got a 21.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you want to spend an inspiration to try and get
Yeah.
higher,
I
than
have
that.
In
an
my head, we were
inspiration.
aiming for a 22. I don't know why.
Yeah, okay. It's gonna be good. Fuck. It's
Wow.
lower.
No.
Okay, this is fine. It's not
Okay,
the end of the
21.
world at all because this could be it.
We get more than one attempt.
This could work. This was my highest modifier, but that might be all that we need. So, I think that there's nothing else that I can do. So I'm gonna lock it in.
21.
21.
21 is not.
Okay. Fuck it. Right.
So the spell goes off. Varro wrenches open the carriage door and goes, "It's lovely to have met you, sir!" and he's going for a grapple.
What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
+5.
Plus
But
five.
my highest spell slot is
Can I
4.
also be grappling?
Did you run around the carriage
Yeah,
as well?
there was a sandwich.
No, I'm
He was
I'm
in- he
sat
was on the
opposite
other
him,
side.
so
Oh,
I
so
will.
you- not
Barrow's
get
run
out?
round and then we're all still in the carriage and he's just...
Yeah, I'd have stayed inside as like you two would have
Okay.
filed out. So I'm just gonna like across. Just
Okay,
across
yeah.
the carriage.
Can you roll me a grapple check then?
So
Sure.
I get +6 to this.
Okay.
at the most.
What if I spend one of my lower spell slots to cast Enhance Ability and I give us advantage on our checks?
You already have advantage.
But we would be able to roll them separately. We could do the checks separately. You'd get advantage and I'd get advantage rather than you spending for just me to roll advantage. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You
have a
lower thing at me,
check though, don't you? And you can only add bardic inspiration.
I don't have any bardics left. That was my last one.
Okay.
I only get 4 and I use them in the trial.
Do you not get them back on a short rest?
I don't think so.
I think.
Oh no, I do.
I think you do at some point.
So
I thought they were long rests.
3
so
more?
I have 3 more. Never mind.
19 to grapple
19.
Jalen.
Okay.
That is a big
I'm
modifier.
so confused.
Expertise.
Vara gets a 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I will roll Dalen's escape at disadvantage.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
He's a dweeb, right? He's puny. He's a noble.
He is a sword fighter, so he's not a dweeb.
Nah, he's not. He's a dweeb.
You saw him pull out a sword and have a go at some of the animals during the trial.
Thank you for this. I appreciated it. So 21 was no good, but that's fine. That's fine. We can make this work.
His counter check is not high enough to get out of the grapple. So you have successfully
He
grappled
is
him
grappled. Grappled.
with like you and Varro. Varro is very much attempting to keep up the bit of like, it was so kind of you to offer us a carriage
He's
ride.
committed.
So funny.
Oh my God.
He is trying to like overdo that to be like,
Yeah.
I'm the distraction as well.
I love
right?
it. Yeah, that's fantastic.
With the idea that you're trying to like like he's essentially trying to shove his head down into his shoulder so he can't see the magic going on in the background. Which Jalen is like, what the hell are you doing? and then Adolin like piles on to like properly push his head down so he can't see the dispelled magic's going off in the
If this
background.
does work, I would love to hug him afterwards just to keep up the bit.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Okay, round 2.
have another go.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Bearing in
What-
mind, Jalen is going to be attempting to break out of his grapple every time.
Mm-hmm. Is it a contested check every time?
Rosie is
Yes.
planning something, but
He
I
will
don't
be,
know.
so I will ask
Just
you and Varo to
double-checking
roll.
something
Yes.
real quick.
Whoever gets the highest will be the DC.
Cool.
And then he's rolling at disadvantage to try and get over one of them.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. I just double checked something about enhanceability and it seems solid. Obviously you can veto, but like
Can you read the word?
yeah, I was looking at forms to make sure that I was understanding. You touch a creature and bestow upon it a magical effect. Choose one of the following effects. The target gains that effect until the spell ends. I think that means, and the forums do agree, but the forums are just the forums, that means that I can choose different effects for different people.
How many people can you cast this on?
So I would have to cast it at 4th level minimum, which is 2 additional targets. So that could be myself and these guys, and I could do.
Okay, so
I
you could
do
have wisdom, I could
you
have
do
charisma, you
and
could have
you
strength.
could have strength.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? And you could all have advantage on your checks.
If you're willing to spend it, sure.
I think it makes more sense. I think it is more.
Economical.
Thank you. That's the word.
Okay.
Does
You
that
wanna
make sense?
try? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that allowed?
I don't see why you couldn't pick different abilities for everyone.
Yeah. It doesn't specify really.
Yeah. Cool use of it.
Read me the wording specifically
You
again.
touch a creature and bestow upon it a magical effect. Choose one of the following effects. The target gains that effect until the spell ends.
It's not target or targets.
No.
It's just target.
Yeah, so you touch creatures.
What's the upcasting bit say?
Yeah.
It is additional targets.
I'm going to allow it. I might do some more research after the session.
Yeah,
but
you're
for now,
more than
let's go with
welcome
it.
to.
Go with it. Okay, yeah, so if you want to spend a 4th level slot to do that, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Everybody gets enhanced.
Okay, I have spell 2. Everybody has advantage on all of their pertinent checks. Charisma
Yeah.
is the best for you, right?
Yeah.
You're looking
Is that
so
your
charming
spellcasting?
right now.
Thank you.
Is that your spell casting?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's on purpose.
Oh, we built a mechanically optimal character.
Amazing.
Okay, so the grapple check will occur after the dispel, if that's okay.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm going to let that happen.
Yeah,
first.
let's do it.
Okay.
So if you want to do it again individually or Sorry, if you want to do it again as like a shared check, or if you're trying to do it individually,
It
let me
doesn't
know.
make sense to share it anymore because we're going to have advantage regardless.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah, as long as
Yes.
dispel magic doesn't break concentration.
No.
Is telepathic bond concentration?
No.
No. Okay. Cool. That's fine then.
God, that would have been really awkward. Imagine if it got
Yeah.
all the way to like the 14th level and I was like, guys, I'm so sorry.
Ah.
All of these conversations we've been having, redundant.
So you both hit into dispel magic with
Technically,
advantage.
if we're going like roundy nonsense, it would be I have done my thing, so you could cast and then the check, and then if we're doing, does that make sense? Or are you
On that
happy
first
just-
round, Kai was casting like with you,
and
so-
you were grappling.
Yeah,
grapple.
we all kind of
Mhm.
did stuff at
Yeah.
exactly
so
the
Kai
same
had
time.
to spend a spell slot to help
And
you.
now I
cast.
have cast enhance ability.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Ah,
so
okay.
we've got.
On a round 2.
Okay. If you want
So
to get an extra shot in, then
It doesn't really
because
matter, but
Jalen
just
would
fair
like try and
square.
break the grapple
Mm.
while that spell's going off. Does that make sense? If we're
Mm.
doing like rounds of combat.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
So do you want to give it a go?
Yes, do I have the advantage?
Yes.
I'm so
Yes,
lost in
I
what order we're
cast
in.
it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're
We'll
just
do
going
so
around
I
the
have
table.
4th level.
Yeah, we are just kind of going around the table. Yeah, I'm doing the
So,
dispel magics first, and then I'm doing the grapple checks.
So I have +6 if I do it at 4th level.
And you know that 21 is not enough.
So we're shooting high here.
You got it.
19 plus 6 is 25.
25 is just enough.
Yeah!
Oh boy! Oh my
Amazing!
god!
Incredible! That was
was
the DC?
so much math.
Hell yeah!
25 is almost impossible, is the deal.
Well,
Because he's not quite
Well
good.
done.
It's just shy of being a god.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's what
not bad.
happens when you got a
Lena.
passive arcana of 22. Kai could break that spell in their sleep.
Ah.
Yeah, so Kai, you reach out across the telepathic bond towards Lena and towards sort of like her essence, as it were. This is a very
Aw.
strange experience, I guess.
For all of
For
us.
all of you, yeah. But particularly, I think, for Kai, as like, you're essentially examining someone's soul and like
Ooh.
looking at the
Whoa.
threads that are like interwoven into it. And you can see Lena has a lot of spells interwoven into her. And you, like, it's almost like stroking a hand across a guitar or something like that. And like, finding all the right notes, and then you find the sharpest note, the one that is strongest, and like that's the most powerful. Let's latch onto that
The
one.
one that makes you go,
That
"Ooh."
one.
And yank it off, and there's a flinch from Lena as you're essentially ripping quite a high powerful spell out
Yes.
of her existence.
Wow. That's kind of awesome.
But you're fairly confident that that's broken it.
Amazing. Amazing.
I will go for the grapple checks now then, please.
Hit it. Try and break out. I dare you.
You need to do your contested roll as well. I'll do Varro's. Yeah, Varro didn't roll very well there.
26.
A 26, okay. And then disadvantage from Jalen is not enough to break out of that.
Gorgeous. Quick,
Okay.
let's hug Lena.
Lena, run.
Okay.
Is Belinda there waiting?
She's not quite sure what she's doing. She was sort of just stood by the polar bear thing
Oh,
at the
Belinda's
front.
in on
That's
the
perfect.
She was in the
she's in
telepathic
bond.
bond,
Yeah,
and
she
Adolin
is.
was like, take Lena first and run.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
Lena will have trotted round to the side that, like...
Belinda.
Belinda, sorry, will have trotted round to the side that Lena would have gotten out of.
Yes.
To be, like, prepared. So Lena would pick up her skirts and, like, hoof it out of the carriage. And you
Amazing.
can see, like, Jalen still, like, trying to push Varro and Adolin off of him.
So
As he
funny.
is starting to try and reach for his sword as well, because he's getting quite angry with you both. But Lena would, like, scamper out of the carriage and stop at Belinda and be like, hello.
There's a telepathic bond, they can chat.
Yeah, Belinda would be like, hi!
I like the idea that she didn't know that Belinda was in the telepathic
Yeah.
one until this no moment. She's like,
She was like, I knew
Jesus
someone
Christ.
was here, but I hadn't seen them.
Yeah, the sheer amount of people in this chat is a lot, but there's some lurkers. But Belinda would sort of like squat a little bit to let Lena like hoof herself up into the saddle
Nice.
and would start to be making towards the edge of the cliff.
Okay. Do you want to have hoofed it as well and get on too? Or are we... Yeah. You said it first.
You did.
I can fly, and I can cast a thingy to make these guys fly if you want. Or I could cast a thing to make everybody here fly. Your call.
Could
Ah.
Clifford
I can fly for a round.
That's
which would
true.
Get me down,
cliff dive,
So I'm alright.
blink mid-air to get, like... Could he, like, dive off the side of the cliff, clear the barrier, and blink down to negate fall damage?
So long as he can clear the barrier.
Oh, God. Alright, I'm taking the dog.
Oh, split.
Mhm.
That would be a horrible way for Clifford to end.
That would be devastating.
It's only 30 feet, you can take it. He's a tough dog. I've gone, like, grapple hooking, swinging with Clifford under my arm before. This will be alright.
Yeah. Okay. Like, what is everybody else wanting to do now? As
I
they've
think we're
sort of like
bouncing.
dropped out of this sort of dispel magic loop thing.
You guys you have the advantage on strength for as long as you need it, but I'm probably, if you can fly for a round, that's great.
Are you gonna cliff dive?
What?
Are you gonna like go to the cliff and just dive off of it and be like goodbye?
I guess.
And how are you getting down? Would you want to fly?
No, I think with advantage on strength, I'm happy clambering down.
Oh, okay, sure.
Would it be athletics check to climb down the cliff?
Yeah, I believe so. Unless you've got climbing speed.
I do not have climbing speed, but I think with advantage and a plus 12, I'm happy to.
I might just turn
Wing it.
into a bee.
I mean, I think Clifford would probably negate the advantage if you're holding him.
Cool.
Because you're kind of doing it one-handed at that point.
That's
Darrow would say he's probably going to struggle a little bit. He
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
fly.
He has. Oh no, he doesn't have advantage.
No.
Fuck it, I'll just
Um,
cast fly. I've got the spell. It'll mean that you lose your thingamy, but I can cast fly at a 4th level, and I can target 2 people. So I could target myself and Pharaoh, if you're okay, or I could
Nice.
target both of you, and I could turn into a bee.
I
I'm
thought the
comfortable
barrier and
with
the
it.
cliff were at the same point, but you said
We need to get
Clifford would
all
need
the
to
way
clear the
to
barrier.
You
the
think
thing,
it's at the
so-
same point, yeah.
Can
The
we
lake.
not see it?
Yeah.
No, the barrier is not like
It might just be a bit of a hike.
There's
but,
like a shimmer in the
yeah.
air, but like
True.
exactly
But
where
getting
it
to
is.
the bottom of the
'cause
cliff's
if
the
you remember,
first
it's quite
thing.
thick
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
if you want to throw it on 2 people, maybe throw it on Clifford and Varro.
Clifford and Pharaoh. Yeah, sure.
That would make sense.
Can he do his second form as like ethereal thingy again, or is that once per
I think he's spent that for his
Once
long
per
rest.
long rest? Okay,
Mhm.
no worries. Seems so weird to waste it on the
Mhm.
dog. Not waste it, but like, why don't I just give it to you and you can carry him down, and then it's on a human, which seems
Oh,
really
yeah.
useful.
Okay. I'll
That
do
makes
Yeah,
that.
you can
sense.
carry a dog and fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Okay.
weird. Okay, let's do it.
I'll drop enhanceability. I'll cast fly on these 2. Just give them like a tap on the shoulder. I cannot reach Pharaoh's shoulder, so it's like shoulder blade just at the bottom. And I will turn into a bee myself.
Okay.
And just buzz down.
Okay. You're all starting to brick it away from Jalen then.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
give Varro a nod and we just break and say, thank you for your hospitality, thank you for the ride. We'll be seeing you, bye-bye.
Yes.
Okay, Varro
Very
like
nice.
encourages you out of the carriage,
Mm-hmm.
which I presume you're sort of doing as a wee.
Just like,
I slam the door behind us as we
Varro
go.
is
as
going to
well.
slam try and do
Yeah.
that as well. So you just both like
That's
slam the
so-
door, scoop up Clifford,
it's
slam
kind
the
of funny
door.
how in sync you guys are.
I just start running for the edge of the cliff.
Varro sees that and starts heffing it as well. And I think like because you've already cast fly at this point
Yeah.
as well,
Mhm.
his like steps go from like normal
Oh, that's
steps
so
to like, sort of, like
funny.
moon steps, and he's like,
That's
"Ooh,
so cool.
this is fun." Belinda started like properly taking off, flapping her wings and everything. You're a bee.
I turn into a bee.
What's Kai doing
I have a different fly spell for 1 round.
for one
so
round?
I'm just gonna
oh, you
leap
have
off the
swoop,
cliff.
don't
The
you?
cliff.
Swoop.
So you just run to the cliff
And
and
just dive off.
Whee!
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
It's fun.
That was a cool one.
I think Varro, like, having not really knowing you and knowing that that's like something you can actually do, panics slightly as he sees you like dive off of a
You
cliff.
cast swoop.
To be fair, I don't think I've cast this spell at all ever
Oh,
in the
okay.
game, so
Maybe everybody
maybe
panics.
everyone's a bit
I
surprised.
could have sworn you did it in the mines, but I might be making that up.
I
It
don't
was
remember.
a long ass time
It was.
since I remember it being mentioned at least.
And like there'd be like a beat of silence before there'd be a yell in Sylvan from the carriage as
Belinda,
Jalen
what
has
did he say?
obviously like spun round, seen that Lena is very obviously not there, and
She's
the door is
left
wide
a note
open.
just
Swinging in
says,
the wind.
yeah, that's great.
And then you can hear like his like foot steps as he like starts hoofing it through the snow. But
People
at this
getting through
point,
the barrier.
almost all of you have dived off of the cliff.
That's so great.
I think last to go is probably Varro. I think he's because you're faster than Varro, aren't you?
Yes, a
Yeah.
little bit.
So he's last to jump off.
Fun.
Carrying the dog.
You all land successfully at the bottom of
Mm-hmm.
the ravine cliff kind of thing, and you can see Lena is still on the back of Belinda.
Yay!
We did it!
Did it!
We rescued her.
Looking back up at the top of the cliff, you can see that Jalen is stood there, and you can see him like pounding on what is essentially a magical barrier
That's
that is
so
keeping
great.
him in.
I waved to him.
They're still married.
There's a stream of obscenities. Belinda starts to translate and like stops partway and goes, "You get the gist."
He's
It's
quite
very
upset. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Lena would dismount from Belinda.
Well, I mean,
She's welcome to stay on.
yeah, I mean, I think that you and Lena could be on Belinda, and then we can all fly over.
How long does fly last for?
An hour.
Oh, it was an hour.
Oh, damn.
I might be lying.
I
Let
thought it
me
was just a
check.
minute.
How far are we roughly from the
It
island?
literally doesn't.
Oh,
Because I think
10
when-
minutes. A happy compromise between
10
the two.
minutes?
Yeah.
So I believe it was a couple of hours by wind walk. So
Oh,
it's
that's
probably
very-
It was a
like
couple of hours.
yeah. So I think it was like a full hour. It's going to be a full day's travel, like by like accelerated feet, because you're no longer like having to wait for Belinda, because she was quite slow the first time you did this. So I think it would take you a full day to walk to the lake from here.
Okay. Well, that means we'll probably have to rest before we get there, which is good because that means that tomorrow we'll be feeling a bit better. We'll have all our spells back to help the prince out.
Yep.
And I can cast Windwalk if needed, but maybe we wouldn't even need it.
Yeah.
You'd probably be most of the way to the lake at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It would be...
'Cause you get
Yeah.
So typically you're allowed up to 8 hours of travel a day. You haven't
Yeah.
done any travel yet that is by your own volition.
Mm-hmm.
So you can travel 8 hours today if you want. It
Yeah.
would maybe be a bit late, but you would still get to the lake then.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be quite tired, but there'd
And
be
then
no
we can
point
have
of
our
exhaustion.
long rest.
Yeah, you can then have your long rest at the lake if you wanted.
Yeah, because we get to the lake, we'll find Prince Aligarthus.
Was there a boat? Did we
Brilliant.
leave the boat?
He had a rowboat with him.
He had
Yeah,
a
a
rowboat
rowboat.
at the centre of
But
the island.
yeah, it wasn't. We
yeah.
didn't bring it in, which was. I mean, we didn't need it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we
No,
just.
But admittedly, like, that was like maybe because also he didn't know you, so he wouldn't have brought the boat over to you.
That's
Oh yeah,
fine.
we could just wave to him and be like, "Hi,
Yeah.
can you?"
Your Highness! It's us!
Also,
We're back.
Belinda could just ferry us
Oh, yeah.
back and
Yeah.
forth if needs be.
There are
Mm.
Yeah.
lots of
Many options.
Yeah. But yeah, should we just like travel all day, get there at the end of it, and then just have a nice little campfire on the beach and chill out? We survived the Collector's Palace,
Yeah.
ponder what we do next and what's waiting for us in Parelmire, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we still need to recharge this cup.
yeah.
How the hell are we gonna do that?
So are we starting walking?
During walking?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I'd say at this point, because you've had like an hour in the carriage, telepathic bond has probably worn off by this point as well.
I'm
So-
a bee, and I'm just still narrowing away.
And
To yourself.
Yeah, it takes me maybe like 15 minutes before I realise that
nobody's answering.
it's like me talking earlier when Adolin hadn't waited. I'm so sorry.
You haven't noticed that everybody else is now talking verbally behind
I
you?
really like talking, so the other
Are
people
you just like commenting on
Other
that
people
conversation
just
and being like,
slow
why
me
is everybody
down."
talking over me?
yeah, like if you're muted on Zoom and you
Yeah.
don't realise you've been weighing in for like
Yeah.
Yes.
so funny.
Okay, so we're starting to walk.
Yeah, down from the gorge, through the foothills, down towards the lake.
Okay. Lena would be a little bit slower than the rest of you, I think, because she's not quite got like travelling gear on. She has like court gear on, kind of thing, and she quite quickly shed off like what is obviously like
Excuse me?
an
Her
outer
winter
coat,
clothes.
like a winter cloak
Mm.
kind of thing that she was wearing in the carriage because she's obviously quite warm. But she has like nice-ish heels on and stuff like that, so
Do
she
we
is a
have
little
any
bit slow.
spares?
Boots of Elvenkind.
Ah,
Was anybody using these?
I don't think so.
No, I don't believe
Somebody
so.
was using the cloak, but not the boots.
You.
Oh shit! Have I got the boots?
I think you.
I'm wearing the boots.
Ah,
Hang on, I think I do have left other clothes in my pack.
We have boots of the Winterlands.
Is
That's the
somebody
opposite of
wearing
what we
those?
need. No, but nobody actually did take those.
No,
no.
they're more for cold weather, but they'll probably do slightly better than heels
The
for
heels.
trekking.
She would gratefully accept them.
Oh.
Awesome. Have some boots.
Thank you. Strange, but thank you.
I think we took
It
them
would
off the.
take an hour for her to attune to them. Is the
She
only
can
thing.
still wear them.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
she doesn't.
just
She doesn't
shoes.
want those capabilities.
It's more the
She just wants
capability of
to-
it like auto-fitting her is the thing. Because it's
But
a magic item. It
Are
would
they
auto-fit.
better than heels, even if they're like big or small?
I don't know. What are the thoughts on D&D, D&V and stuff like that? And that
Just put an extra pair of socks on.
I'm
I'll
sure
fit
she'll be
fine.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be good.
Yeah, okay, so we start walking towards the lake.
Yep.
Who is doing the navigation towards the lake?
Oh, you?
You want?
I have a map, proficiency in
true,
navigation.
yeah.
Okay. can
Fuck
you
yeah.
roll
I
me
for a
a
moment
navigation
thought
check
you were going
for
to point
please?
at one of us, and I was like, "Don't do it! Don't do it!"
You're like, oh, please not me, please not me, please not me.
Well, I was making a map.
You were, so
You
what I'd
were.
ask for is a navigational tool check. So you have proficiency
I
in your
have
navigational
that.
tools. So you get your proficiency bonus plus, I'm going to make an
Intelligence?
Wisdom, intelligence.
I feel like
I think intelligence.
intelligence for using the tools, like wisdom if you were navigating by like the stars
so
or tracking or
Tool
something.
checks allow you to pick which relevant stat that you attach to them based on the situation. I'm thinking intelligence is more applicable to this situation because it's your ability to have drawn a good map in the first place and then your ability to find the markers again in a very strange and weird land. So I will go with
Intelligence. So plus 7. 17.
17, okay, 17 is a very good check. And you start confidently walking in the direction that you think the lake is in.
Yes. I think it's
Yeah,
Think
the
it's
thing really got me.
It's downhill. We're in the mountains. We're
Yeah,
going
it's
down.
got to be down to get to the
Downhill.
lake.
I'm a bee for
Can we
like
see
5
it from here?
hours.
Well, there's
just
trees.
if you need, I can fly up.
You can fly up, Belinda can fly up.
No, that's true.
So yeah, we can start walking.
Yeah.
While we're walking, do we want to do a check-in on the sending stone?
Just emotionally, or
Yeah, see how it's doing. But
How's
also
everybody
call
doing?
people and be like, hey, we've got all 3 of the items, we're
Got-
on our way to a teleportation circle, blah blah blah.
We're coming back.
this is a weird
Mhm.
thing to say, but it just occurred to me. People could hear us in the telepathic bond when we were in Avernus, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Guys, you could.
well, higher devils and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Just
The higher
generally.
devils could hear the yes.
Did that happen on sending as well?
You don't know.
Because you did a really good check on it, and we knew they so I think that telepathic communications and stuff
Mhm.
maybe fall
Yeah,
in
I
the
think
same
Kai's
umbrella.
check told you that almost all telepathic communication within Avernus or any of the 9 hells is completely accessible by any higher devil.
Do we want then to send a message being like, "Hey, we have 3 legendary artifacts, and we're coming to Avernus"? Maybe we should.
Or we could just be like, hey, we
quote
did our
it.
thing.
Yeah, we picked up the knife and fork.
The knife and fork.
We have all of the crockery.
Yes.
We do.
They figure that, like yeah.
It's a knife, a fork, and a cup.
Yeah, I think that
Only
maybe.
it'd been a spoon.
We have the dinner set.
Listen, technically a spoon holds liquid and so does a cup, so they basically got it there, yeah.
Well, so we'd be calling our show in the White Ravens, I guess. But
yeah,
it's about kind of what we say to them on the
yes.
trek.
So maybe just like this preface with a reminder that calls may be monitored, and then be
For
like,
training purposes.
We know you're listening, Claudia.
and then just say that we were successful and we're coming back, and also we have an old friend.
You want to be the one to call Garen? And break it to?
Not really. It was really funny when you last spoke to him.
Yeah, if you say all that, that's
You're
fine.
already-
Yeah, sure. I'm already I've dug half a hole
Yeah,
by wearing his old
exactly.
armor.
I think commit to it.
Sure, I'll ring him up and tell him I'm bringing his axe back as well.
You're turning into him. He's like, this
Whoa.
man's taking over my life.
Whoa.
First my armor, now my woman.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Adolin's already like got negative charisma. This can't go much worse.
If you want, I can cast enhanceability.
That could bring
He
things.
gently reassures you that you can do this.
Could bring things back up to about level.
I mean, fuck it. It'll be a 4th level. Actually, I think it might be a 5th level, but if you want it, then by all means.
Oh yeah, how long does that last for? Was it an
I
hour?
spent, I cast fly, so I don't have it.
Oh, it's gone now.
Concentrating anymore.
You could just blast like the Constitution one across the rest of the party, and we all just trek a little bit faster or something.
Yeah,
But-
that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
what are your words?
Oh, to air show,
Ring,
I
ring,
guess.
ring, ring.
So calls may be monitored.
Air show, it's Adolin.
Maybe or maybe.
That would be maybe.
Maybe.
But if you type would purposefully while speaking, then technically.
Calls monitored. Maybe.
Air show, it's Adolin.
Who else?
Returning successfully. Sending may not be secure. How goes it in Perlmire?
Bringing an old friend.
Bringing
Oh.
Garen's old friend to.
You've got 4 words.
Please put him on.
Nice.
On. Exactly.
Flawless. Gorgeous. Forgot we had to roll for this.
Yeah.
That's fine. If it doesn't go through, we'll just send it again.
Just do it again. You have
Do
to
it.
count them out and make sure you parrot it exactly.
We don't know if it's gone or through or not. No.
No, there's no immediate response.
You can give it 5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe they're just all dead.
No,
Maybe.
no. It's very possible. The city might have been completely destroyed.
Such a shame. Anyway.
That's so
Only
sad.
one way to find out.
Should we just... I'd give
Keep
it maybe
walking for a while.
half an
Wait
hour
half an hour.
and then try the same message again.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we start walking
Yep.
in earnest towards in the direction that Kai is convinced the lake is in.
Convinced.
I don't like how theoretical the location of this lake is.
If we fly up above the trees,
Do you want to?
is the lake in that direction? Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a little bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're walking in the right direction.
Kai, you're doing a great job. Don't
You're a
let
bee and you cannot confirm.
against telepathy bond, I think, is working. Kai, you're doing wonderful. This is definitely the right direction.
Do we even know which bee is you?
It's just a small amount, just always
a
there.
small flurry of bees. Yeah, the bees that aren't in my bag of bees when I wild shape are stuck outside.
And now you just have a little
So I have some
colony.
pals.
Okay. You would see as you're walking, Lena would be speaking like in Sylvan and like almost like singing to the forest.
Aw.
And you
She's
see
so happy to
like,
be free.
there'd be like the cracking of leaves and like branches and stuff like that, and this like stag-like creature would like charge through the forest.
Oh!
Like these ornate green moss-covered like antlers
yeah.
and stuff like
Majestic.
that.
God.
It's got like 4 eyes, I will admit. It's still like a little weird. It's still like fey.
That's
Love
good
it.
as hell.
Take me.
Pun?
Take me.
I do not have Nickney.
Not yet,
Um,
she doesn't.
No, the stag.
Oh, the one that we got the other day. I
Yeah.
think it's over there somewhere.
Ah, okay.
It's in a box and it's
Oh.
not done in the slightest. It only got delivered the other day. But she would like hold out her hand to it, and it would like gently snuffle her hand and like bow a little bit. And you'd see she'd take off one of her rings, and like wedge it onto one of its antlers, bow back to it, and then it would take off into the forest.
That's her doing a message of like, I'm breaking up with you.
Oh
Is that her wedding ring?
It was one of her rings.
That's so funny.
Why did you give that deer your ring?
I presume my husband's going to try and track me, and the
Oh.
best way he can do that is through my items. So I was going to slowly get rid of all of my things
Clever.
and send them off in different directions.
That's
Very
so funny.
Mm.
Sorry, I didn't think you'd mind. Is that okay?
It's your stuff, do what you want with it. We've just never seen somebody sing to a deer and then give it jewellery.
Oh, all of the High Fae can.
Huh.
Hmm.
If she needs to chuck her stuff, and we need to charge up some magic, like some items.
Ooh.
Are they magical?
Yeah, do you have any magic rings?
No,
No.
they're just all gifts.
I mean, we do have excess magic items.
It's true.
Yeah.
We need those boots back.
That's a but yeah, as you're walking, she would continue to like sing and bring forest creatures out and like give them one of her bits of
funny.
jewelry at a time. So like one of them would
God.
get an earring. She'd give like her hair comb out of her hair to this like badger type creature and just like tuck it into its fur and then send it off in a
It's
random
so
direction.
cute. These guys
This
are
is
gonna look so cool.
This is the weirdest reverse Snow White.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, essentially what she's trying to do, she has no idea how her husband's going to try and track her,
Hmm.
but she needs to dump literally everything she owns that she has on her currently. So she's just getting rid of every bit of jewellery she has right now and sending it off into the Feywild with the idea and the hope that when she gets to Avernus that she can change her clothes as well.
I don't have a spare set of clothes. Adolin's thoughts start to wander and he gets a bit flustered.
She needs to change. I don't have anything to change into. I could give her my cloak. Adorable, but
Very
perhaps
cute.
not the best trekking gear.
No.
And like, yes, Garrett, we brought her back naked. Sorry.
We can explain.
Is
Fine.
it possible to make Garen hate us anymore?
Maybe she and the prince could swap clothes, and then they would chase after the prince instead of her.
Could do.
Would you want to do that to the prince?
Put a bit of a target on his back.
Surely, then they'd just be like, "Whoops, wrong one."
That would be then. Where did you get those fine, Fey dame's clothes that you're wearing?
She sang to me in Sylvan in the forest, and I felt compelled to.
To take them.
Yeah.
I just think it looks very
Cute.
majestic. I don't know what's the word? Charming. I don't know. It's very fairy tale.
Yeah.
To Adolin,
Yes.
watching this. Mm.
And she just slowly offloads bits and bits, bangles, rings, earrings, the whole kit and caboodle is just like slowly coming off one at a time and going in random directions.
Oh, more berries.
Good berry.
Good berries. They're very good
Um,
berries.
So anything else for the long walk? Half an hour does pass and you do not get an answer on the sending stone.
What if we send the same message but from a different person? Exactly the same message.
Exactly the same message, okay?
I would change the last 4 words to "You mad at Adolin?"
XOXO.
Is that one word or is that like a word per X and O?
You mad a little.
Okay, again, there's no immediate response.
Oh.
Maybe it's just not going through.
Yeah.
Maybe they're worried about the response being listened into, and maybe they're all dead. In either case, we don't know what we're heading back into. But I think when we get to the lake, we should see about trying to charge up the cup and making it attunable before we head back to Paramar.
Yeah.
Not sure there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else Adolin wants to do on the walk back, but
Nice long 8-hour stroll in the afternoon sun.
If we're moving, then I can't. It's not like I'm not able to do anything really. Like the only thing that I can think of would be attune from items to get.
Can't do that
stuff.
anymore.
Exactly.
we can put you on Belinda.
Oh, that's true. Hey,
She's got a saddle of cavalier, so you cannot be dismounted against your will. You can just sit there and bounce around in the saddle as you
Focus on the item.
focus on the
Yeah.
item.
So long as she doesn't take off at high speed, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
In that case, I realise that telepathic bond isn't working. I'll turn back into a human, go on Belinda, ritual cast that, and then unattune from my gauntlets.
No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
Is that what we're going to do? We're going to put whoever's attuning just in the saddle.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can unattune the saddle, and then we'll swap the gauntlets over to Kai, and Kai gets in the saddle and just like
Yeah.
puts on the gauntlets and looks at them for an hour.
Guys, now that I have a spare attunement slot, should I attune to my other staff of
Staff.
swarming instead?
Just have two.
What do we think?
There is also the ring of X-ray vision that I'm about to unattune from,
Mm-hmm.
and we just have a ring of mind shielding.
Ring of mind shielding.
But that might mess with the telepathic bond.
We should.
And the eyes of the eagle.
Would
if
it
you
be-
want them.
A bit too much for us to give it to Lena.
I was
Oh, the
looking
ring
at
of
what
mind
it
shielding.
does. It
Yeah.
doesn't help with like tracking. It just means people won't be able
Oh.
to.
The
Track
amulet
her.
of non-detection is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Mm.
We'll get her one of those eventually, I'm sure. Okay. Well, do you want to add the gauntlets to your thingami?
Mm.
Just take turns in the saddle.
Thank you. Do you want the ring? The X-ray ring? Or...
I don't think I will attune to it.
Fair enough. We just have it.
I've got Dagger of Warning and Eyes of the Eagle that you're welcome to if you'd like.
I think I'm alright.
Cool.
Yeah.
If it's of interest, obviously you can put limited things on Belinda and Clifford. It's got to be sort of sensible for their animals.
Mm-hmm.
So I allow things like cloaks
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, but not really rings or
What
anything.
if we did it like an ear piercing?
No.
Oh,
You want to try and pin Clifford down and
Mm.
pierce his ear?
No.
Exactly. Varro also has 3 attunement slots free. If that is of
Ooh.
interest.
It
Well,
would be good to kit him out just now, I guess.
for now. Well, we might need to sacrifice a few magic items
Yeah.
to juice up the cup.
The fact I have 2 staffs of swarming insects, which, by the way, just to clarify, because I don't think we did. Alex gave me one as a reward for not getting paladin right away when we leveled up. You wanted to do the scenic thing, which I was really cool, and I was happy to wait until I used one of my abilities. So as a thank you, she gave me a staff, which I already had bought with our party funds earlier.
I gave you other stuff as well.
You did, yes, absolutely. Can I express? That's the other reason my bees can concentrate on haste now, which is fucking awesome. So, but I have 2 staffs, so like maybe it would be like because it's a rare item. So.
Oh, hang on. Right. The rules for charging up the cup.
Mhm.
Charges for attunement.
Yes.
30. 30 charges needed
To get it up to base.
to get up to base. How many spell slots does everybody have?
No, because we don't get them back again.
Oh,
They're
do we
gone
not?
forever.
No.
Oh, okay. No, let's not do that then.
Yeah. What if? Hear me.
Wait. Let's not
We
do that.
sacrifice
There we
all
go.
of your magical power.
There we go. I got them written down.
It's 30 for attunement. That's more than the item.
What was it for
But
rare?
if it's rare, that's 3 charges.
Yeah.
10 rare items.
I only got.
Yeah, we don't.
I got
we
5
definitely
charges
don't have
worth.
10.
Bearing in mind it's 60 to get it up to overcharge,
Yeah.
I
which was
think
what was used to shift the city.
there must be something else because, like,
Yeah.
keep in mind that also Arva never had all 3 items.
No.
So we haven't even messed about with like how the interplay between the 3 of them yet.
No.
That maybe that'll
Maybe-
lower it or something.
Maybe like, because I don't think that they can really be destroyed. So maybe one can feed into the other. Maybe they can charge each other. Maybe there's like a symbiotic relationship kind of between them.
Yeah. Because we haven't figured that out yet. Arva's notes didn't get to that because she
Because she
didn't.
didn't have them.
she never
yeah.
had the
She
items.
theorised that it's possible to charge one item from another, but it would like leech energy off of the other item.
Yeah.
So you could potentially charge the cup up, but it would sacrifice energy from one of the other items.
What then happens when you spend that charge in the cup to do something?
Do they
You never got that far.
do they charge up naturally? Do we think?
You're not sure.
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to be like, oh yes, we can get like power from one of the other items to the one that we want, and then now this one is absolutely redundant.
Yeah.
You'd get stuck in the same situation unless they have like like a self-replenishing battery kind of as at a base of it.
You know that most magical items do, however, like the kind of magic that was being performed with the cup isn't what it was naturally made to
Not
do.
the norm.
Mm-hmm.
In the same way that when it was used in the ritual that linked all three of the instruments of light together, like 400-ish years ago.
Yeah.
That was an unnatural use of the items again, which led to a very much anger of the gods, destroying of two very high level wizards. It is also potentially at that point in time because the mage that ended up with the cup, whilst didn't die, never used the cup again. It's quite possible that drained the cup and it's taken that long again to power the cup back up. Because Ava obviously got it in a sort of normal state.
The table of charges says you can get 10 charges from an artifact. Would the trident and sword count as artifacts for this?
They are, yeah.
But there's also another interaction between them that we're not sure of. We have 2 legendary items in the Sovereign Glue and Universal
I
Solvent.
was actually wondering if they were legendary. I knew that they were not at all common.
They're worth 6 each.
Okay.
That's 12. And if we were, I don't know if it would be temporary or not, but if we were to use the sword and the trident and these 2, that cranks it to 32.
Are you counting the sword and trident as 10 each?
Yes.
Essentially. That would be the process of melting them down.
Yeah, that would be
You would lose the
destroying them
items.
utterly.
But these can't be melted down by powering up the cup because there's something that they're linked. There's some interaction there that we don't fully understand.
That's
think?
an assumption on our part, unfortunately. I was making a pretty impressive list of all of the other items that we've got going on.
Oh my god. Okay.
Getting there.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's attuned to the cloak of Elvenkind.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah, I wonder how close this will get us.
Because I guess it also depends, like, which goal are you reaching for here? Because, like, obviously you might be able to just, like, turn the cup back on by melting down enough magical items, but that will allow you to use, like, the cup's innate abilities, but it won't allow you to transport perlite.
Well, no, because we need to get to 60 charges to overcharge it for that. But if we can at least wake the cup up, hopefully something will happen with sword and the trident.
Yeah,
start to-
if yeah,
Like, otherwise, why did we go to the bother of getting all these 3 items together?
it's like
These-
jump starting your car so that it can actually charge the battery itself.
Yeah.
So we got
So-
these guys as well.
Yes.
So that is 10 and 10 and uncommon is 2. So that's
Uncommon is
22.
We could take off Clifford's Ring of Shooting Stars.
26 and then it was 3 for a rare. 29.
Would now be a good time to take a quick 10-minute comfort
What was
break
very rare
and
again?
do a little bit of admin and draw out every
5?
last magic item.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Shall we?
Okay. Can I get your attention for a second, Isla?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to take a quick comfort break, and you can continue your maths over the break as we are just sort of jotting things down, and we will come back with maybe a more solid answer on whether or not we can get enough magic
Oh, we-
items together.
Definitely can.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. See
Okay.
you then.
We'll see you
See
soon.
you in a bit.
Bye.